This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Battering courtesy of the rains didn't impress many. Monday blues of a different kind, but it just might bring a smile to the students of faces. Now, schools have declared Tuesday, that's tomorrow, as a holiday on account of continued rains. A very good evening to you. Now, the fury of weather gods was only too obvious, and the weakness of the city in confronting the onslaught only too apparent. It's interesting that the City Corporation Commissioner should talk about extending rescue services by way of boats. If you didn't venture out today, well, that should give you an idea about the road conditions. But nevertheless, in an exclusive chat with NDTV Hindu, the Commissioner claimed that the preparations were underway to tackle the rains. But the Met Department has cautioned against more rain-laden clouds impacting the coastline. Mr. Ramanan, the Director of the Met Department, will be joining us shortly to tell us about the net effect of this collision. A good evening to you once again and welcome to News Tonight with me, Ashmit Kumar. Let's take a look at major developments at this hour. Rains turned streets into lakes, but in an exclusive interview, Corporation Commissioner assures NDTV Hindu that boats are in battle-ready formation.
Has raised in a couple of places, and we kept the boats also ready to rescue people.
Dark rain clouds have a silver lining. School students are in for an extended weekend with schools being shut tomorrow. Met officers warn against another onslaught, say the low pressure in Bay of Bengal could intensify into a depression. Rain fury claims over 150 lives, many more at risk as flood alerts ring out. Submerged crops another worry for farmers.
Villagers who are reluctant to leave their property behind and to leave for a safe place, the options are quite limited. They're just praying and hoping that the rain would stop soon.
Is Chennai on a high? NDTV Hindu discovers how humble marijuana flourishes via local networks.
Police claim that they have arrested many small-time drug peddlers in the city very recently, but the drug flow in the city is still unaffected.
Security forces play safe on the 18th anniversary of the Babri Masjid demolition, additional deployments in sensitive areas. Well, those were the developments in and around your city. Let's also have a look at developments from across the country. Introspection mode for UPA as opposition brings parliament to a halt again. Congress meets allies to discuss the telecom scam. Why should CVC's appointment not be quashed? The Supreme Court asks PJ Thomas and the centre to reply. $24 billion, 10,000 megawatts of nuclear power. France and India signed the nuclear deal. Over 40 killed in a bomb attack in Peshawar. Investigating agency suspects suicide bombers. Good evening again and again. More rains forecast for Chennai and coastal areas. The city continues to be battered, bruised, rotted and flooded after 2 days of steady monsoon rains. Monday blues of a worst kind for Chennai. It's heading to work this morning. Poor drainage and blocked channel once again exposed the chinks in city's armour against the rain gods. Our reporter Lokpriya braved the worst to bring to you the latest updates.
The Met Office recorded a mere 4 centimetre of rainfall from 8:30 this morning until 5:30 this evening. But commuters and homemakers had a harrowing time. Potholes and uneven surfaces covered under sheets of water led to traffic jams in most areas, while pedestrians had no place to walk.
To just shift from one area to another area, so it's very difficult to take the car out. I'm coming from all the way from Kilpauk to go to Tinagar. I'm taking a U-turn and going back home.
We are in the thick of northeast monsoons and the Met Office is predicting more rains over the next 24 hours.
The low pressure which was lying off in southwest bay of Tamil Nadu coast has become more marked. So this well-marked low pressure area is likely to move in a west-northwest direction and may concentrate into a depression. Because of this well-marked low pressure area, it is likely to rain at many places in the coastal districts and at a few places in the interior districts. One or two places in the coastal districts may experience heavy rainfall.
Chennai's normal rainfall for the year is 122 centimetres, but the city has already received 150 centimetres of rains until now. So how prepared is the official machinery?
We do have places where water is marooned in certain areas and people are not able to cook. So we are feeding about 58,000 people today. We have already fed 58,000 food packets were prepared in our centers, and then all that 58,000 were distributed.
With the monsoon likely to last for a few more weeks, Chennaiites say they look forward to proactive measures rather than patchwork solutions. In Chennai with Bhama Devi Ravi and Lokpriya, Minal Shah, NDTV Hindu.
Now in the districts, the situation seems to be worse, and in the latest schools will remain shut tomorrow due to impact of heavy rains in the region. Now meanwhile, the death toll has gone above 150, which is quite alarming. All reservoirs are full and a flood-like situation prevails in many coastal districts. Now there have been enormous damage to crops as well. Heavy rains are expected again in many northern districts of Tamil Nadu. Senior correspondent with NDTV Sam Daniel sent this report from one of the worst affected areas in the Cuddalore district.
A trail of destruction by floods in Cuddalore district of Tamil Nadu. Over 500 houses surrounded by water. Many houses submerged. Nandimangalam is one of the many villages that remains cut off for a week now, marooning several thousand people without enough food and drinking water.
He says there is no essential items like milk or drinking water. People are completely struck.
With surplus water released from most reservoirs passing through Cuddalore, the district has taken the brunt with all lakes overflowing. Crops are already showing signs of decay and no sign of the water receding soon. Farmers say they are in for a huge loss.
She says
she had pledged her jewels for this crop here.
Officials say they are doing their best to provide food and relief to those affected and would soon begin assessing crop damage for compensation.
For villagers who are reluctant to leave their property behind and to leave for a safe place, the options are quite limited. They're just praying and hoping that the rain would stop soon and the waters would recede fast for them to recover from this tragedy here. At Nandimangalam with camera person Edwin, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
Now, meanwhile, the Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has visited Cuddalore today. Stalin visited the rain-battered district and has promised relief. Now, there have been concerns about not only the rain-related incidents and the resultant deaths, but also about flood-like situation in the districts with reservoirs exceeding holding capacities. Flood alerts have been sounded in many areas. Now, moreover, the submerged crops pose another threat for farmers in the region.
கடலோர மாவட்டங்களாக இருக்கக்கூடிய திருவாரூர், நாகப்பட்டினம், தஞ்சை, கடலூர் போன்ற பல மாவட்டங்கள் இந்த மழையினால் பெரும் பாதிப்புக்கு ஆளாகி இருக்கிறது. இதனுடைய முழுமையான சேத விவரங்களை சேகரிக்க கடந்த 2 நாட்களாக குறிப்பிட்ட சில மாவட்டங்களில் அரசினுடைய மூத்த அதிகாரிகளை நம்முடைய முதல்வர் கலைஞர் அவர்கள் சில மாவட்டங்களுக்கு அனுப்பி வைத்து அதனுடைய புள்ளி விவரங்களை எல்லாம் சேகரித்து அந்த வகையிலே வருகிற 7ஆம் தேதி நாளைய தினம் அவசரமாக அமைச்சரவை கூட்டத்தையும் முதல்வர் அவர்கள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறார்கள்.
Now, rain wars, monsoon wars, that's one issue that again has been dominating the discussion for the past 2 days, and rightly so. Again, a lot of worries there for people alike throughout the state. And for more on that, let's go across to Mr. S.R. Ramanan. He's of course the Met Director of the Department of the Met Department here. And again, he's joining us. Mr. Ramanan, a very good evening to you. And if I can start first by asking you the question that, again, the next 24 hours, we have been hearing about more rains for the coastline and of course, specifically the northern districts there. But if you can give us a better idea of what's in store for people of the state in the next 24 hours.
Actually, the low pressure in the southwest bay near Tamil Nadu coast has become a well-marked low pressure. It may become a depression, so that the sea surface may become rough to very rough. So fishermen have been advised not to venture into the open sea. And as far as the system is concerned, it is likely to move towards Andhra Pradesh. And as far as the rainfall forecast is concerned, next 24 hours, it will rain at many places in the northern coastal districts of Tamil Nadu and there will be a few places in the rest of the districts. And one or two places in the north coastal Tamil Nadu may experience heavy rainfall. Till 5:30 in the afternoon, the rainfall recorded at some of the observatories is the highest is Ennur Port has recorded 5 centimeters, followed by 4 centimeters in Chennai city as well as Madhavaram, and then Chennai airport has recorded 3. As far as Chennai city is concerned, it will be overcast skies, intermittent spells, heavy in some areas, surface wind will be strong and gusty at times.
Right, Mr. Ramanan, you mentioned there with the forecast specifically for Chennai. If you can give us some more insight as to what Chennaites can expect. Again, you did mention about intermittent rains, but again, if you can be a little more specific about what's in store for Chennaites here.
Cyclone, absolutely no chance, because the wind shear aloft is very strong. It will not allow the system to become a cyclone at all.
Right, sir. Mr. Ramanan, if I can hold you there again, another question is that we are talking about excessive rains, we're talking about situations of flooding, but has the state received enough rainfall to actually sustain over the next period of summers? Do we have enough rains? I mean, when you compare that against perhaps the average figure of rains that we have every monsoon, have we had enough rainfall?
See, as far as the yearly total is concerned, well, it might have surpassed the yearly total of 120 centimeters. But as far as the season total of 75 is concerned, it is not even near to it. So at the most, it might have got something around 50 centimeters.
So finally, just a quick word about, again, rainfall for Tamil Nadu as a whole. Now, we are a state that struggles with water, that has, again, water issues with neighboring states. If you were to talk about it in the larger context of the state, has the state received enough rainfall to actually sustain itself? Again, this is one sensitive issue. If you can give us more clarity about that.
As far as all of Tamil Nadu is concerned, barring 2 districts of Thiruvallur and Chennai, all remaining districts have received either normal or above normal rainfall.
Right, Mr. Ramanan. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for joining us and again sharing with us those inputs there about what to expect. So there you have it. Again, some strong currents that are expected in the coming few hours for Chennai. So it's not over yet. Now moving ahead, back in the city here, viewers have been sending us pictures from near their homes. The pictures you are seeing now were sent by Mr. John Peter from Mugaper. Now here are a couple more examples of how the rains have caused serious cases of waterlogging. Now, well, if you are facing similar worries due to monsoons like water stagnation, flooding or waterlogging, do share with us your pictures on monsoon worries. You can send them to us on email at feedback@ndtv-hindu.com, or you can even call us at 9962504179. Now, the humble marijuana has perhaps missed the attention of the cops and the NCB. We'll tell you more about that and the drug trade here in Chennai in just a short while.